Okay, so this is the switch box I've just changed. The old one was starting to corrode and not functioning properly, so I put a new switchboard on, and now I've got to rewire all the boat. So those two holes there are where the depth and log instrument and wind speed direction are going to go. I've got to make bigger holes and fit them to the outside of the boat. And this is the wind and solar controller. Controls how much power comes from the solar panel and the wind generator, which feeds down into the battery. Yeah, and some wires. A lot of wiring which has to be changed. There's here is the actual battery monitor. It tells me how much voltage and current and how much I'm using and wattages, etc., and the shunt for it. And in the background is the what do you call it, a buzz bar or whatever, for where all the negative leads end up. Yeah, so quite a bit of rewiring to do and tidying up. Yeah, I'll let you know what it looks like when I finished. What a beautiful day here in Cardiff Bay. Hey, it rhymes as well. So, progress so far. I've fitted the new switch panel, and all of they're all working. So yeah, I've tidied up the wiring, got rid of the old wiring. That's the back of the log or depth gauge, and then this one is the back of the wind indicator. That there is the regulator for the solar and wind generator. Yeah, so it's all been tidied up. I've just got to put this cover on now to cover up all that wiring and just leave that switch box and the regulator showing. And all the wiring goes down now to here. I've got that's the negative, that's where all the negatives are connected. And there's the shunt, which will give me a readout of how much voltage I've got and how much current I'm using, etc., etc. And then this is the fuse box for all of the instruments. So when I put the switch on the panel on, it provides power to this fuse box, which I've got one red lead connected there. That's for the depth and the wind indicator. So yeah, I've just got to fit all the other instruments like the VHF, the GPS, fish finder, etc., etc. So all those will be connected to this fuse box and controlled by the one switch for the instruments. Yeah, so that's progress so far. Getting there slowly. Okay, so here's the latest update. I've managed to put the covering on, which hides all the wires behind, and you can see the switch panel and the regulator just here. So yeah, I've got the at the moment I've got the auxiliary power on, and the lights, etc., somewhere there, and then the instrument switch is on, and I've connected a few more wires to the fuse box. So I've got the original depth log attached. I've got the autopilot plugged in, the VHF radio, which is just behind there, the reddish screen, and also, yeah, the GPS is connected up, so there's GPS. I just put these in temporarily just to get an idea of progress. So there we are, our switch panel and covering with a couple of instruments, and the wiring for all the instruments, and yeah, I just need to make a cover for that now, and put that battery monitor on the cover. So that's all we'll be able to see. Okay, that's the latest. So I've tidied up the wiring a bit now. All the instruments and cables are connected to battery 1 that are needed, and I'm ready to add more if necessary. But progress is that the cover is ready to go on to hide all the work behind, the wiring, etc. And I've had to put these battens in there and here because the depth instrument, the transducer wire, was sticking out, and this cover wouldn't go flush. So as I said, I put the battens in, and this cover plate will go on top, hiding everything. So all you'll see is the regulator and the switchboard, and down here the essential wiring is done for all the instruments and nav lights, etc, etc, and it's given us a reading of how much we're using, voltage, current, etc. And now we're going to get ready to install battery 2, and all of these shunts, buzz bars, readouts, etc. will go in that space to the side of the battery 1 fuse box. Next project, here we go. So here's the batteries. Battery 1 with the positive leads going to it, and the negative leads this side. Battery 2, which we've got to install. I've just put it in its box, and those straps will secure a cover on, and yeah, that's the engine starter battery. So yeah, so next job, battery 2 installation.